And now, back to the Debbie Nigro Show.
Dig.
Welcome back to Wellness Wednesday here on the Debbie Nigro Show. How you doing, everybody? I'm keeping you, warm with my thoughts and some good information on how to get through the winter. And, of course, I'm always about introducing you to cool people who have gone way out of their way to create things that help the rest of us. I love innovation, entrepreneur, especially when they do good for the world, okay? So here on the Debbie Nigro Show, we're going to talk today about how to save a choking person. I know that you have been educated about the Heimlich maneuver. You've seen the videos. I'm sure you've seen the posters. I think there's a lot of people very nervous to actually remember what to do when the moment of truth comes and you have to save somebody. It's the number 4 cause of death in the United States. So I think of the parents out there with young kids. I think of elderly people who are by themselves. I think of all the independent people living alone. I think of anybody who's ever been in the company of somebody who's choking like, holy cow. So the Heimlich maneuver sometimes does not work. I know it's weird to tell you that, but something else has been invented that you need to know about. It's called LifeVac. I'm very excited that Arthur Lih, the founder of the company, contacted me on the Debbie Nigro Show Facebook page because I asked people to come introduce themselves if they need my platform, and I am honored to have him here to tell you about the product, how it came to pass, and how it's, sort of breaking all the rules of how you may want to save somebody's life. Hello, Arthur.
Hello, Debbie. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow. This is one of the most amazing inventions that's good for the world I've seen in quite a long time. I want to really congratulate you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Amazing.
I want to save lives and help people.
Okay, but your story is very typical of somebody who had one business life, retired, sold the company, and we had a lot of conversation about what you did before, and you can explain to everybody what you did before, and then went off to do something else. So just give us your background, and then we'll go to how you figured this out.
Well, I guess I was an entrepreneur. I started working on the dock in high school, in a freight company, and over the next 20 years, I progressed through, built the company up with a partner, and sold it, and was ready to build boats and play golf.
Okay, that sounds like the typical good idea until what happened. Yeah. Tell everybody about the thing you heard about the woman in the hospital.
Well, I went to visit a friend in the hospital. His mom was having something done. I was just keeping him company, and he pointed across the room, and there was a gurney. And he said, the last time I was here, there was a 7-year-old on that gurney, and the child had choked to death, and the mother was wailing, and I was crying, and he said the pain was just fluctuating through the hospital. As he's telling it, it's going through me because my daughter was 7, and I've had a moment in my life where I saw someone die in front of me, and the pain is just astronomical, and I could relate. And I honestly was hoping I was going to Google it and buy something because, I thought the Heimlich worked. I took the class when my daughter was born. And I just couldn't take the thought of her dying in my arms. So when I couldn't find anything to buy, I said, well, and I got to save my daughter, so I'll figure it out.
And you figured it out. So what did you do? Because this is not a simple invention. This is something that, which if you guys are tuning in, it's called LifeVac, okay? And basically, as I describe it, because it's audio, and you can't see it, but you can see it on the Debbie Nigro Show Facebook page. You can go to lifevac.net and read all about it. It's like a plunger that only goes one way. So how did you figure that out? I mean, really, explain this.
Well, when I started, I started experimenting with different ways to remove the object, and I'd come up with something else, but it was too complicated. My heart and brain said it's got to be easy to use, got to be inexpensive, got to work every single time, it's got to last forever. So there were a bunch of criteria, and when the complicated thing that I had made, I said, it's going to be too expensive, and people are going to be panicking. Much as it was difficult, I had to put it down and start over. And I just found a little plunger, and it generates the perfect amount of force, the perfect amount of air volume. And then I just had to re-engineer it to create suction versus push in. And I was able to do that. So I was blessed to be able to make something that works. We've saved 10 lives so it does work. And, it's what I wanted to accomplish. It's just perseverance, I guess.
Wow. I was just reading that the American College of Emergency Physicians is talking about it, and they are looking at them. They said they're describing the success in removing an airway obstruction in an adolescent simulator model, and they're going to present it at a research forum. Had they just done that? Had they done that last year?
We went down to Washington, D.C., and presented at the American College of Emergency Physician Conference. It's an amazing moment because we got word of a save while we were in the conference.
Wow.
The American College of Gastroenterology World Congress, we presented a abstract on actual saves, 2 of the saves. So we've been blessed with a lot of hard work. My sister's a doctor. She's been able to help us with some of the abstracts and other doctors. So we were able to get some medical community backing. And then really, once we started saving lives, we're 10 for 10, no adverse effects. God willing, it works.
Wow. I'm reading one of the things I read about the EMS crew who went in, and you got this report back, and there was somebody who they went in, they began the airway obstruction protocol, including the Heimlich and back blows, no effect. And then you're somehow a LifeVac was there in another 4 minutes, and you saved this person?
Yeah, I mean, that's really one of the kind of a really visual one. We actually have footage. We can't use it yet, but the responder had a body cam on. But, yeah, the first EMT on site, and he didn't have a LifeVac, so he did the procedure and the protocol, chest compressions, back slaps. Didn't work. The second responder had a LifeVac in his bag, and he was able to remove the obstruction and save the woman's life. And
I can't get over this. I mean, I got chills from what you've created here.
I know.
It's incredible.
I start crying.
It's incredible. So now here we are. This is very new, but yet I think like 50,000 have been sold. Who are buying these? Police departments, schools, individuals? What's going on?
We've been going at it for 6 years. It takes a long time. We've been on sale for 3. Our biggest market, obviously, is parents. And caregivers. I just sent you one today that made me cry about someone whose mother has ALS. But we also have sold to fire departments, police departments, elder care facilities. Cerebral palsy has been facilities have been purchasing them because the danger of a person in a wheelchair is, if you can't get your arms around them, they have no rescue option.
Yeah.
So
I'm listening
to one of my passions.
I'm listening to the quest. Most entrepreneurs, nobody realizes how long the path is from start of idea to, everybody knowing about a product or whatever it is. And I'm sure that you're probably ready right now, believe it or not, for explosion in terms of the ability to get the word out. And I'm helping because of social media and because of all the other, opportunities out there to promote and market. So is that your plan for 2018? You have a goal?
Yeah. I mean, we saved 9 lives last year, and it's just a drop in the bucket to the 5,000 plus that die every year just in the U.S. So, the painful effort, I couldn't go out and invent, the product that hang your coat for better. I had to make a medical product. So
right.
the challenges have been astronomical.
I can't imagine. I asked you. I wanted to
how to do it.
Yeah, I'm a woman who lives alone. I'm sure many people listening live alone. I've had moments where I thought I was choking, like, wow, really? This is not how I'm going out. Can a person living alone do it on themselves?
Yeah, I mean, there's a neat story. The second one I made in my shop, my dad took. He's 83, he lives alone, and I saw the look in his face where he said, I'm taking this, and I'm like, hey, man, I need that. And he said, hey, I'm scared. And I could see it. I could see he was scared. And, of course, I said, yeah, take it, I'll make another one. But it was an eye-opener, that fear. He's not capable at his age to be able to go dive on a chair, So
yes.
When he eats, he just keeps it next to him, and you place it on your face by yourself and pull it,
Unbelievable.
So,
when's the first time?
Yeah, that peace of mind is huge.
Huge. And so you're promoting this to parents for kids. Did you test it out on a kid?
We did a simulation that got published. That was the first one in the first abstract that got published. Actually, it was the second one, but Yes, it has been tested in adults and children.
Amazing.
We've saved a daughter. Mother saved a daughter. She was a special needs child, but that's kind of my passion is the schools, special needs. The frustration of thinking of all these facilities with people in a wheelchair that got nothing. It's just not right.
Yep.
So I got to do it.
All right. Well, I'm seeing LifeVac, which I think you made very affordable. We talked. I said, how much does it cost for an average person to buy this? What'd you say, $69?
Mm-hmm.
About $69 to have one in your house. Where would you keep it? I mean,
I
obviously.
keep mine in the kitchen.
That's what I would keep it too, right near the sink.
Yeah.
Right
Like
out in
I
front
said,
of you.
My dad's alone, so he actually puts it next to him when he eats because
Yeah.
he's 83.
Yeah.
But it takes about 4 minutes. So you just heck, you're going to be freaking out. But the thing about it, and the reason I picked it is it's a plunger. Just plunge.
Yeah, it's not like
You're
brain
gonna be-
surgery. Right.
Yeah,
And it's
just
very
put it down,
bright.
push it and pull it.
Okay, it's very bright. It's bright yellow. You can't miss it. I think every house should have one. I think every car should have one. Every parent traveling with kids in the car in the backseat eating like they do. I think every senior home should have one. Every senior parent living alone should have one. So I'm like a huge fan. I am so happy to present you today. And I'm very grateful.
Schools.
The schools, yeah, every school, right? I mean,
We lose like it's somewhere between 4. We've already lost 4 kids this year in school.
from choking.
No one knows it.
From choking?
Yeah. Every year we've lost 40 kids in the last 8 years.
Is there anything that, you mentioned grapes, but are there any particular foods that most people choke
Hot dogs.
on? Hot dogs.
Especially kids. That's super dangerous. That's number one.
I remember vividly Aunt Eleanor, I swear to you, it's coming back. She babysat for my daughter Alexa. She'd say, looked at me straight in the face. She goes, she'll never have a hot dog here. She went straight. She goes, she'll never, ever have a... She was so scared of my daughter choking when she was babysitting that she would bring it up every single time. I go, don't worry. No, really, don't worry. She's not going to choke. Anyway, lifevac.net is where you would find out about this. Is there a video there, a trainer to show people?
Yeah.
An orientation
You can
video?
training's online. It's simple. It's basic life, so anyone can do it. It's covered on the Good Sam, so any school or any facility can have it. If you can Heimlich someone, you can LifeVac them. It's really simple, and it works.
Awesome. So you're doing good with your retirement. When do you have any time now to play golf or do anything like that?
No, I work about 20 hours a day, just like I did when I started the first time. But I don't care because I get those emails like I sent you this morning. I get emails saying we saved a life. I start bawling and hugging my daughter. So I'm blessed.
Yes.
I don't care.
Yeah, Arthur, you're awesome. I'm so happy to have you on the show. I know you were going to come to the studio today, and your father's pipes froze, and I know that's priority. So thanks so much, and stay in touch. And I'll be here if you need me.
You're wonderful. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great day and a great new year.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you.
Bye now. Arthur Lih, the founder and inventor of LifeVac, which has saved its 10th life and which is now going to be exploding in terms of awareness. And I'm happy to be helping that around the country. So wanted to bring that up. Find it interesting, Bobby. I see your face. I interview a lot of people.
Yeah, this is fascinating. I really want to see one of these.
Okay. Have you seen the picture of it?
No, I haven't yet.
Well, geez.
I will.
Do you read my blog on my show?
I don't have Facebook.
You don't have Facebook? Well, we're just finding this out about one another?
Why didn't you know this?
I'm here every day with you.
I'm a non-Facebook person.
There you go, bro.
Oh, wow. It does look pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Wow.
I mean, there's the thing. You put it over your mouth. It's bright yellow, and you plunge until the thing comes out. Okay, got my attention. All right. Coming up, I want to make sure that you understand how to stay warm from the inside out, as well as from the outside in. On this Wellness Wednesday, we talked about the fact that some crazy thing is coming, bombogenesis. I kind of like that word. But there's also thermogenesis from inside out. We're going to talk about more foods that actually, when you eat them, warm your body up. And believe it or not, hot peppers is not one of them. Crack me up. Come on back.